This is Riaz from Networks Learning. Welcome to Cisco Next Generation Firewall training. In previous video, we saw a granular overview of the pre-filter policy, and in this video, we will implement the pre-filter policy rule for telnet traffic initiated from inside and going to the outside WAN router. So let me show you the topology first. This is my topology. This is my client machine, which will be initiating the telnet traffic for the outside ISP router. Basically, its name is ISP, but it's connected with my physical router, which is in this case is this router, and its IP address of with an IP address on its interface as 192.168.88.1. From LAN machine, which is located over here, and from this I may be able to ping. I'm able to ping my WAN router from my LAN machine. So basic connectivity is fine. Also, we can see the logs at firewall connection and events to verify that the traffic is transversing via firewall. Let me show you. You can see over here that traffic initiated from 10.12.1.100 and going to 192.168.88.1 from inside to outside zone is allowed for ICMP. So the traffic is already allowed. And let me show you the access control policy for telnet traffic. I have not configured any rule for telnet traffic being initiated from inside to outside. We will verify it because the pre-filter rules are evaluated before the access control policy rules. So I will not create any kind of rules over here in access control policy, but I will create rules in pre-filter policy rule for my telnet traffic that should be fast path from the firewall, and we will bypass this not engine for the telnet traffic coming from inside going to my WAN router. And pre-filter policy settings, you can click over here on edit. This is a default pre-filter policy rule, and you can also create over here. I have RGS pre-filter policy and telnet traffic pre-filter for WAN router. I will edit. Since it's not a tunnel traffic, in previous video I showed you this one. So if you are creating a rule for pre-filter policy for tunnel traffic, you can specify tunnel endpoints, VLAN tags, encapsulation, and ports. It supports the following protocols, that is GRE, IP and IP, IPv6 and IP, and further. So we will create a pre-filter rule, and I will name it I will not analyze. Analyze is just like simply you are passing traffic from all engines. Block is also not preferable. You can do this with traditional access control policy rule, but the pre-filter policy, the basic purpose of pre-filter policy is just to fast path the traffic, the trusted traffic that you think is trusted and is not a malicious traffic that you can pass with this rule. Fast path. I will fast path the traffic, and the traffic source is coming from inside zone or inside source group. Added to source, inside interface group, destination interface, network. What is my source network? Source network in this case is my IP. I can also specify single IP, or I can specify the subnet. Since I will specify my subnet to the source, and for destination I will create an object with the name of RGS physical router. And let me show you this settings like the system and identity. You can see RGS core, it's core router but it's physical router, so there is no issue. We will go with this one, and 192.168.88.1. Click on save. Physical router back to destination. So the traffic coming from inside interface group going to outside interface group, from IT subnet to physical ports. Here you can specify the port. Port is telnet. Why it's not working, I don't know, but it should work. Here is telnet, and login should be enabled. Click on OK, click on save, and let me deploy the settings. Okay, why it's not allowing me to deploy? Because I haven't called the policy over here. So you have to configure the policy, prefilter policy, rule, policies, prefilter. This is my policy. Okay. Then you have to call this policy inside the access control policy rule. Previously we were using default prefilter. Now I will be using RGS prefilter policy. Once you click on OK, it will be changed over here, and you have to save over here and then go to deployment. Here you can see I have changed access control policy and prefilter policy. Access control policy, there are changes. Okay, you have to select the device and deploy it. Let it be deployed. I will be back once the deployment is finished to check the results.